Okay, I think I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Should we bring in your surprise guest?
Yes, please be good. Please be nice. Who is it?
Let's find out. Hello, Craig.
Oh my God.
How are you?
Oh my God, it's Michael Palin.
Oh, it isn't really. It's just someone pretends to be Michael.
Hello.
Just to surprise you. Hello.
Oh my
Hello.
God. Hello.
Very nice. Thank you very much. I hope we barged in like this. You've probably got other guests here you want to talk to. Do you mind just sitting? We'll sit quietly and just watch. You look a little worried. You've gone rather pale.
Yeah, I'm worried. Oh
Do you
my
want
God.
a drink of water?
Thank you so much. Oh my God. Michael Palin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for pretending to know who I am.
Can I just say,
Can I point out while Greg collects himself?
Yeah, sorry. Chris Smith, you can go.
Greg has been trying to get Michael Palin on the show forever.
Literally ever.
Because you're such a massive fan.
He never told me this. It's not that I've turned him down.
It's your people, I think.
Have they
Yeah.
really said you just don't talk to Greg? Talk to Greg. Whatever you do, don't talk to Greg.
You're my absolute hero of all time.
This makes me very uncomfortable. I just don't know how to respond.
That's what I wanted. Oh my God. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Very, very nice to be here.
This is incredible.
And it's nice to meet you after all this time. And I honestly want to say that I've not deliberately been avoiding you.
Good.
At all. And I'm glad we've got this moment together now.
I'm happy that this is happening.
Are we still on air?
We are live on air.
Oh my goodness me.
So where do I start?
Oh my God, right. Get your act together.
Okay,
come on.
Okay, where do we start? I have read every single one of your books. I've read all your diaries.
Name 12. No. Oh, yeah.
Hemingway's Chair.
Oh, yeah.
The Truth.
Oh.
You know what? The first time I met you,
wonderful.
My mum and dad, we were on holiday in New York, and we came to. I asked my mum and dad, this is how cool I was as a 13-year-old. I wanted to go to your book signing.
Oh, wow.
And we met you at Bloomingdale's.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, that deserves some sort of medal. You're about only about 12 people came that day, so there you go.
This is the best thing ever.
It is. This is, for me, I have to say, this is so much better than talking to my family. And they've not read any of my books. They don't see anything I've done. And quite honestly, I think some of the children don't know my name even yet. But so this is very, very nice. Little bit. It's making me feel wonderful for a short while.
Well, I'm completely shocked, as you can probably tell.
Yeah. Your general confusion. It worked.
Well, usually it's something horrible that they plan for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Last time it was an ice bath with Judy Murray. Andy Murray.
Really?
Yeah, that was.
I'm sorry, I've let you down.
No.
Something really nasty with me.
Trust me, this is a good one. So welcome to the show. We have a lot to talk about. So I first saw you when I was a kid. This is where the obsession began. Okay, don't worry, you are safe.
That's right. Yeah,
the police are outside. But I watched. My mum and dad gave me Around the World in 80 Days. This is how it was on video back in the day, and I just watched it until the tape broke, and that was it. And it made me want to sort of do a presenting sort of job.
Really?
Yeah. And then I realised what you did before that later on. So Monty Python and
so the Python came after the travel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I saw you as this really nice bloke who went around the world. I thought, this is incredible. Really, this funny guy who was meeting all these amazing people and seeing all these places that I had never heard of. So as a kid, I was going, I want to do this. This is amazing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I did Around the World in 80 Days, I was terrified. I've got a big plug here, but I've got a volume of diaries coming out later in the year, volume 3, which is 88 to 98. And it starts with Around the World in 80 Days. And instead of just the stuff that's in the book already, I found some private diaries, which just showed how, absolutely terrified I was at the beginning. There's no script. We've started. It sounds wonderful going around the world, but there's a camera there following your every move. You've got to come up with something to say. So it was a series of real sort of anxieties about whether the thing would work, which I think in the end made it spontaneous. And the actual encounters we had, especially with the guys on the Dow, were just made up as we went along. And it was much better, I think, than just standing there and pretending to be an expert doing a piece to camera. So there you are. Sometimes when you're not sure about a thing, it can work better than if you feel overconfident.
I remember it so well. I mean, the nights where you slept on bags of rice on boats and things like that.
Yeah.
I remember it so well. Yeah. So then I came to Python.
You could do it. You could do it again. Maybe you should do it.
Maybe I should. I wouldn't do it justice for me. I should do it again.
I'll tell you where to go. I'll give you
yeah. You give me a little blow up glow.
Give you my old shirts, Yeah,
okay, sure. And then I sort of came to Python a bit later.
Yeah.
But it's, obviously such an amazing part of your life. And I suppose the the most famous thing that you're all connected with, and it's back
Well,
again.
how old are you now?
I'm 28.
28. See, I was 26 when we started doing Monty Python.
Right.
And it was so that freshness then. You could do anything.
Yeah.
Had no reputation. Nobody knew us. We were put on late by the BBC, who didn't understand the show anyway. And we were allowed to sort of make our own mistakes again, which I think is really important part of creative life, is actually being allowed to fail and then fail better, as someone once said.
Have you heard my first radio shows? Oh my God. But then, so it's back. You're doing another tour of Python's coming back. This is amazing news.
Well, we have decided eventually, against all the odds, having had great problems thinking about a reunion. Suddenly we all agreed last November, partly because we needed money, but that it would be a nice time to get together, and actually probably the last time, because we're all getting quite aged now. And I must say, everyone's also doing their own things. Terry Jones is doing a film at the moment. Terry Gilliam's got a film later in the year. So, this was the one moment when we could actually get together. And someone said, how about the O2? All right, and so that's it. And we advertised, and we're going to do 2 or 3 shows with the possibility of a couple more if the tickets sold. Well, all the tickets seem to have sold early on.
Pretty quickly.
Just like that. And so, we're now doing 10 shows altogether.
This is amazing.
But which would be quite a test of us old geezers. But we'll have medical attention. Doctors and nurses will be there. And it'll be fun. I mean, it's got to be fun. We've got to enjoy doing it. Otherwise, people won't enjoy watching it.
Have you started rehearsing already, or what's the plan?
No, don't want to peak too early. Don't want to peak too early. We were going to rehearse for an hour at the O2. No, we've got 2 weeks of rehearsal, but we've selected the material we're going to use. And a lot of the rest of the thing is going to be production. We've got dancers, we've got songs, we've got things that have to take place while we're all off doing our changes, because we're all playing about 10 different characters and all that. It takes a hell of a long time to change when you're 73. Not that I'm 73, but some of them are average age. So we've got to get all the production stuff right, and then we'll start rehearsing about sort of 2 weeks before. Yeah.
Well, see, because I've never seen the live show. I've only ever seen the films and all that kind of. So
Well,
it'd be for my generation.
yeah.
It would be amazing to come and actually see. I've only read about it really in your diaries about playing at the Hollywood Bowl and all that kind of thing.
Well, that was the last time we played Python live on stage, and we do enjoy it. We all learnt performing and writing on stage at university and things like that. And so I think that's in a way the way we operate best. I mean, it's nice to do the telly. It's been great doing the films, but there's something about playing in front of a live audience which we enjoy, and it brings out, I think, the sort of the spontaneous and the improvised and the sort of just sheer pleasure of hearing people laugh then and there. Well, if you do telly shows, you don't hear people laugh really.
Have you seen many things at the O2 before? What was your experience of that place?
The last thing I saw there was Leonard Cohen, and he's kind of quite serious stuff. And I thought, it's extraordinary that 15,000, 16,000 people, and they were just absolutely riveted. And he comes on, and talk about not projecting. He just sort of mumbles a bit, and then he falls to the floor and sings a bit to the floor, and then he gets up, rather, I have to say, very well for a 79-year-old, gets up very swiftly. Yeah. But he wasn't playing it out to the audience, and yet everybody was riveted, because I suppose they were all fans who'd come along to hear their hero. So I think with Python, there'll be Python fans. I don't think many people who have come to London and say, "Oh, we'll go to we'll go to the National Gallery and we'll go and see Monty Python," or whatever that is. But a lot of foreign interest in the shows. A lot of the people who've bought tickets are from abroad.
The Americans, Monty Python.
Monty Python.
Oh my God, you're from Monty Python.
Yeah, they're keen. It still gets played in America.
Yeah.
Whereas here, the BBC, despite having the terrestrial rights to Python, have not put it on again.
I heard somewhere, or maybe I watched it in some documentary, that they lost the tapes originally. The BBC lost the tapes of the original Monty Python. Something like that.
Yeah, they might have done.
Went missing or something.
We were very, talk about timing, we were very, very lucky, because in 1969 when we made those shows, was the first time they were doing shows in colour. before that it was all black and white.
Right.
And it's also the first time the BBC were keeping shows. All right, they might have lost them temporarily, but before that, before 69, if a series was made, it was then white because they needed the tape later.
Oh, that was it. Someone recorded over it. That was it.
Yes, I mean, you've got Spike Milligan's shows, which were done about, almost the same time as Python, but about 6 months before. And they're brilliant shows, and you can see how much we nicked from Spike, but they're destroyed. Peter Cook and Dudley Moore, not only, but also, a lot of those have gone. But Python, they are all around, but they were discovered.
Well,
Nothing has been lost.
I mean, as I said, for my age group and for people who didn't see you the first time round, we're excited to see this show. So I've been handed a piece of paper. So there's one more night, okay? The last night of the Pythons.
The last night of the Pythons, capital L, capital N. Well, anyway, you know the thing. Last night of the Pythons, which is July the 20th. It's a Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
2014, I'm talking here. And that is the last night. And the tickets for that last night, which will be probably the last time we'll ever go on stage together again, are going on sale tomorrow from 12 o'clock.
Brilliant. It's the Pythons' last ever on-stage performance together, until the next one.
Until the next one.
Until the money runs out.
Well,
again.
I mean, when we did our tour, I think we called it the first farewell tour, so you can't believe us at all. But, I mean, seriously, there are no plans to do any more. We've all got other stuff to do. So that it'll be the last one for a very long time. Till probably 2050.
I just had a look at the text. So many lovely messages coming in. Hello, Lucy in Gloucester. Greg, I'm 27. My parents bought me the Around the World in 80 Days book. Then I watched the series. I love you, Michael Palin.
Oh,
very
Lucy,
jealous
thank
of you
you
right now, Greg. Hannah is watching on the website and says, great surprise guest. Greg, you look genuinely starstruck. Joe in Cheshire, this has made my day. What an inspiration and funny little scamp Michael Palin is.
Funny little scamp. Oh, I love that.
Is that nice? You like that?
Yeah, that's really good. I like that. Yeah.
I could talk to you forever.
All right, yes.
But I know you have a busy life.
Yeah,
and I know that there's other people who have to do shows on Radio 1.
Yes, no, I realise. And you've got to go and quietly have a little lie down.
I do, yeah.
You've overdone it a little bit. I can see you're still so slightly. Your heartbeat, I can feel it here on this. I'm about 12 feet away from the table. It's still shaking, you know.
Palpitations.